A very good afternoon to rugby fans. You are watching live and exclusive coverage on ThePapare.com. It's week 2 for the Dialog Schools Rugby League, and today we have a heavyweight clash in Group 1A. It's Isipathana College taking on D.S Senanayake College here at the Royal Complex. One team looking to maintain their perfect start and the other eager to cause a massive upset in the early stages of the
Fantastic to have you here. Schools rugby action back in the island, and this game was scheduled to be played yesterday, but unfortunately we had to shift the venue and the day as well, and we have a game here to want to try and cause an upset.
Yes, indeed. Here's the weather at Royal Complex. We have 33 Celsius here, and the wind is taking 15 kilometers per hour. So a little bit windy here, and there was a cloud above us as shifted within time. So there's a ray of sunlight, but who knows what will happen. But hopefully we don't get in the middle of the way of rain, because we have a epic clash here. Would want any bother happening to the match.
Well, in Colombo yesterday there was a heavy downpour. As you can see, the spectators have gathered here today, and I hope you've got a couple of devices ready today. If you're joining in on the Papare, we have schools rugby action, but we also have international rugby coming your way. The Sri Lanka Tuskers take on the New Zealand under 85 kg team. That's the second leg up in Nithawal. I hope you've got your devices ready, because we've got a heavyweight clash up in Nithawal as well.
Here's last year's, beg your pardon, this year's knockout final road to finals. Trinity bringing the cup home. A massive clash in the semi-finals. Wesley taking on Trinity. Trinity making a hash of it and getting, beg your pardon, Wesley making a hash of it, and Trinity comes to the final. And in the other side we have Royal and Isipathana. Royal bringing the A game at Sierra FC and making their way to the final. And in the early stages, St. Peter's took on Ananda College, and Wesley took on Mahanama, and DS making out after facing Saira. Saira gave a good game for DS, and Saira is coming to the quarters, and Saira met Trinity at quarters, and Trinity make it all the way to finals. So the final match, Abid, it was a crazy match, isn't it?
Well, it definitely set the tone for a very good Dialog Schools Rugby League tournament. We've got 3 groups, and this is in Group 1A, and the winner of the Knockout Championship is in the same group as the 2 teams that are facing on against each other today. So both these teams have a big game coming up, but they have to think of what's on hand today, and the game on hand is a very big one for them.
Here's the week 2 fixtures and results. Yesterday, an epic clash between St. Peter's and St. Joseph. St. Peter's taking a big win against St. Joseph, and we had Mahanam and Wesley at Air Force Grounds, and Wesley took on a big lead. And yesterday again, St. Anthony's took on Trinity College, and there you go, Trinity being the excellence again, 58 points to 5. And today we have D.S Senanayake College taking on Isipathana, and also Lumbini taking Sisumangala at Police Park, and Prince of Wales taking on Anand at Air Force Grounds. And well as Science Saira, Thurston Royal, and Kingsford St. Thomas at Trinity College Grounds. So a lot of live action going today, and well as the New Zealand match. So like Abid said earlier, get your devices ready. We have a lot of footy this weekend.
The crowd is gathering in here at the Royal College Sports Complex. The boys are getting themselves warmed up for the big clash today. Hopefully D.S Senanayake College can try and spring an upset here and blow open this group for them and try and enter into what is going to be a very interesting Dialog Schools Rugby League second round. They went down to Sri Sumangala College, which they will want to try and turn the tables and get a big W in this game.
Last time these two schools met, it was 2024 at Sugadas Stadium. and that match was a very close match. Isipathana College scoring in the last 3 minutes and won the game. So I hope that energy will come to this match and it will be the same as 2024.
You might have played in that game, Mithila. It would have been a tough one, but it always is a difficult opposition, isn't it, to come up against. These are the little boys in Isipathana. Isipathana is always a good team to come up against.
Yes, indeed, a very tough team. And just like that, we'll go to a commercial and we'll be back again with live and exclusive coverage. This is Sri Lanka's #1 sports TV, ThePapare TV.
Introducing the 2025 TVS Apache RTR 204V.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
LG Dual Cool Inverter Biosamanayantra 70%ක් දක්වා විදුලි ඉතිරි කරමින් රුපියල් 2,19,990ක් වැනි අදහාගත නොහැකි තීමනාවකට අභාසවීම පමණයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
When the world says no access.
Or this is not for you.
And it can't be done. Just say, I can.
Pure, naturally healthy American water. Live more.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරි වලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
Let's KFC. Making moments special. Most value for money from KFC.
Hey, I'm a hello ball on the classic got to go.
Black Night Go. Pocket perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet. Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
වාජ්‍ය සේවක ඔබට විශේෂී දීමනාවක් ඕනෑම ස්මාර්ට්ෆෝන් එකක් මාස 12න් ටික ටික ගෙවන්න ගන්න. අවම මූලික ගෙවීම රුපියල් 6550 සිට ඔබ ළඟම බාන්ස් එකට යන්න.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවන
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai. Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
That was summer refresh when the train gonna go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Perfectly Swiss Tech Aluminium. නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සහතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති Swiss Tech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Pain can pause your active life. Get the all-new Woo Pain Relief Spray for fast, long-lasting pain relief.
එතකොට මහත්යාරුනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් Swiss Tech නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. Swiss Tech ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
අබාන්ස් ෆ්‍රිජ් කියන්නේ අබාන්ස් ෆ්‍රිජ් කියන්නේ බවුලට හරිම ෆ්‍රිජ් එකක්. අබාන්ස් ෆැමිලි එකට හරියන අපේ රටේ ෆ්‍රිජ් එක.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
For passion, a competitive spirit is for the night owls, the hard workers. It's for those who do and want to keep doing. Right, real energy.
දවසම fresh වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
Every modern office needs sophistication, cutting-edge precision, and seamless support. Vantage for the modern professional.
කිචන් එක අබාන්ස් කරන්නේ දැන් වයිෆුත් හැපි එකේ ඉන්නේ. වයිෆ් හැපි කරන්න කිචන් එක අබාන්ස් කරන්න.
හඳුන්වාදන Keys Crest Ultimate Crispy Chicken Experience එක. Crunchy කටගැස්මකට Crispy Chicken Thai, Spicy Vibe එකට Spicy Crispy Chicken Strip, Share කරන් කන්න Crispy Chicken Popcorn, රස ඩබල් කරන barbecue sauce සමග Keys Crest Ultimate Crispy Chicken Experience එක.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරිවලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරිවලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Welcome back to Royal Complex. Is right in front of us. There's DS and Isipathana teams making their last preparations before the big clash. So crucial match, a heavyweight clash in Group 1A, like I mentioned. So far, Isipathana met Anthony's last week. What do you think about that match, Abid?
But I think it was a good match for Isipathana. They came off a big loss against Royal College in the semi-finals of the knockouts. This is how the points table stands. This is the points table from last year's league rather. Trinity College finishing on top in the cup segment. A little bit of a scare towards the end of the season from St. Peter's and Wesley College, but they managed to get that league title after a long time. Wesley College finished in second alongside Royal College with 19 points. St. Thomas's College with 16 finished fourth, with St. Peter's and Isipathana rounding off the cup segment, and your team in the plate segment managed to finish first.
Yes, indeed. DS had a massive game against St. Joseph's in the last rounds of the second round, and Kingswood in the last match was the opponent for them, and they got the title of the plate segment in the end. And in the bowl, St. Anthony's College gave rather Mahanama College gave a good match for St. Anthony's in the final, but St. Anthony's did very well, managed the pressure and came home with the ball.
Well, this is how the groups are for this league. Trinity College is in the same group as the two teams that are playing today, Isipathana College and D.S Senanayake College, alongside Sri Sumangala College, St. Anthony's and Lumbini College, a tightly contested group. But then Group 2A is also going to be very interesting, with Wesley and St. Peter's being the pick of the lots, but St. Joseph's, Ananda and Mahanama can try and spring an upset with Prince of Wales coming into the A division this year. Group 3A is going to be also very tightly contested, with an upset early on in week number 1. Royal College take on Thurston College, the Giant Killers, in week 1. St. Thomas's College will take on Kingswood College. That will be on Monday, and Zaira College and Science College as well could spring an upset in these groups.
Yes, indeed. 3 equal groups, isn't it? And all 3 groups has brilliant action to come. Just 2 weeks, the second week, and brilliant rugby is being showcased. Like I said, there's the club season, but when it comes to school season, the band and how exciting it is. Look at the crowd gathered here at Royal Complex. We have Isipathana crowd and a DS crowd in the main stand and here at the back stand as well.
Where it always brings in the crowd schools rugby. Even though there is international rugby going on, the schools rugby is something that always brings in the crowds, as Isipathana College supporters cheer their teams back into the huts. D.S Senanayake College has gone back in their traditional black warm-up strip, as Isipathana College, led by Shakib Zumri, go in one last time before they meet D.S Senanayake College in a few minutes.
And we'll go to a quick commercial, and we'll be back with live and exclusive coverage. And stay tuned, because it's a heat of a match, minutes away.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence. Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence. Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Black
Night Go, pocket perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
ගෙවන් යන්න ෆෝන්ස් ගන්න ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න ලොකු පොඩි හැම ෆෝන්ස් ගන්න ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න හොඳම ෆෝන් එකක් ගන්න ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න
මාස 24ක් දක්වා ගෙවීමේ පහසුකම් සමගින් මාසික වාරිකයේ රුපියල් 4999යි. අබාන්ස් ජාතියේ පරිගණක සැපයුම්කරු.
Introducing the 2025 TVS Apache RTR 204V.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
LG Dual Cool Inverter බයෝසමනයන්ත්‍ර 70ක් දක්වා විදුලි ඉතිරි කරමින් රුපියල් 2,19,990ක් වැනි අදහාගත නොහැකි තීමනාවකට අභාන්සුවීම පමණයි.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
When the world says no access.
Or this is not for you.
And it can't be done. Just say, I can.
Pure, naturally healthy American water. Live more.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරි වලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
Let's KFC! Making moments special. Most value for money from KFC.
එයාව හැල්ල බලන්න ක්ලාස් එකට go.
Black Night Go, pocket perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet. Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Welcome back to Royal Complex. Here in your screen, DS making it to the ground, pumped up and ready with their jerseys. And here's Isipathana making their way to the ground. Crowds giving them a big roar. As the sound of it, as it sounds, we can see a big Isipathana fan crowd here gathered here at Royal Complex. But nevertheless, both teams are ready for the epic clash.
Isipathana College in their traditional green strip. The green machine, as they are known, will want to try and get the machine running early on, try and get a few tries. It's going to be very difficult if they allow D.S Senanayake College into the game. One last hurdle for the green machine. D.S Senanayake College have gone through their processes, but what kind of a game do you think it's going to be, Methila? Is it going to be a kicking game, or are they going with the forwards?
I think a bit of mix, but both forwards are looking very sharp. We have big people in both sides, and it'll be a physical game, but also the backs are ready for the task. It will be a speed game as well. And two people in the back, we have Samar Singh and Rishmi ready for in the back for the kicking game. So we'll be having a lot of rugby action in this game.
It's going to be important for both teams to try and play the game in the right parts of the field. It has been the case that all teams have had to play in the right parts of the field if they have wanted to get tries. Schools rugby now has shifted to a more structured game where you play to a game plan that is given by your coaches. And both teams, Sanath Martis coaching Isipathana College back to his alma mater to coach the Green Machine, and of course Asela Deshapriya, always a good coach, always a vocal coach, making sure that the boys try and get their best foot forward come game day. Both teams have lined up in front of the grandstand.
And here's the two school anthems. Gotta hand it to these lads. Sweat and blood red for their school, playing for their own school. Here's the two principals of the two schools heading down to wish their players good luck. Like I mentioned earlier, 2024, DS and Isipathana gave their heart outs at Sugadadasa. Will it be the same here at Royal Complex? Both teams are locked in for this win.
Well, I can tell you one thing, the intensity from both teams is going to be at an all-time high. Just into the second week of schools rugby and looking to get their best foot forward. Always good to get the ground running. Isipathana College got the ground running early on against St. Anthony's College. D.S Senanayake College, not the best outing when it came to the first week and also the first game of the knockouts as well, going down to Zahira College, going down to Sri Sumangala College. Now they face a stiff challenge in Isipathana College, but I'm pretty sure they'll be up for it.
Yes, indeed. Not the best of starts for DS, but here's DS with a big challenge, Isipathana College. They've been coming to the last bits of facing with Isipathana, but not getting that win they want. But let's see if they can change that factor today.
Shakib Zumri leading the Isipathana College outfit for 2026. Brother vice captained a few years ago, and also he has two brothers in the team, so 3 Zumri brothers today. For D.S Senanayake College, it's
Tathira Pereira leading DS outfit, and Tathira gave a good game last year and a national colours player, and he has good experience to hand it over to the youngsters joining them from under 16. So
he's been around for a while, isn't it? I remember back in 2023 as well, he was in the mix. We had a little bit of a coaching camp with D.S Senanayake College back at Pallakele. I remember you as well from that coaching camp, Methila. But for Tathira, he has a lot of experience under his belt, and this is one of the bigger games that he'll face. Plays at centre but can kick, and has players around him that can play some good expansive rugby. So DS will have a lot of things to look forward to in this game.
Yes, it is. This is where that experience comes in hand. This is where the biggest challenge comes, and this is where he loses his knowledge, when to play, what to do, what has to be done through his team. Both teams ready in the field. And DS with the kick. One last hurdle for DS before they start the clash. Bit of a drizzle going here at Royal Complex, but as well as the sun hitting us. Here's Tathira Pereira, like I tell you, the experienced player, giving them the last pieces of advices. These 3 players, Chamit Samarasinghe, Rusiru, Budita Rusiru, and Tathira Pereira. Those three players you have to keep an eye on because they will bring their A game.
Well, this is the best day for them to bring their A game in, Mithila. It's a big game. They're going through the final processes, maybe looking to get some divine intervention for a big challenge that is in front of them. Chivaka Fonseca will be a referee for today. He's going to have an important game to referee. There's the man of the moment on your screen there. And Tathira Pereira will kick this one off. And we'll look to try and get it as deep as possible, try and get a good start for them.
Game on.
Pereira kicks this week 2 clash. Isipathana taking on D.S Senanayake College. Isipathana letting it bounce early on. But a good clearing kick into the hands of the fullback Shamit Samarasinha. Here's Vikramasinghe putting the kick through, and it's a very, very good kick early on. Mistake from Isipathana. Dilum Senadirage just misjudging that ball early on. And a very good kickoff as well from Tathira Pereira, putting it deep and forcing Isipathana to clear.
Yes, indeed, a good long kick, and the ball, as soon as the ball hits Rusiru's hand, he goes for the kick and he spots the player a bit front from the players he should be, but he has to juggle back and loses the ball. Here's Praveen Lakmal with the first Rexona line out of the game. Here's Satila with a good line out, and here's the captain Tathira Pereira goes for that first contact of the game.
Yeah, the ruck was formed there. Isipathana didn't have any right to that ball. Good first line out as well for Praveen Lakmal, hitting his mark. Isipathana guilty of giving away a penalty early on, and D.S Senanayake College, no two questions asked, they look to go for the points.
Yes, indeed. Why not go for the points? Isn't it, Abid? The first few, you have the chance and get the scoreboard pressure on Isipathana. Here's Shamit Samarasinha. He had few beautiful conversions and kicks in the last match. Let's see what he has in store for us today.
Samarasinha, not a clean strike. It's off the left upright, so no 3 points early on. DS would have loved those 3 points to get the ball running, but they will get the ball back off this 22-meter restart. Seems like the players that are to watch out for from DS is the number 10 and 15, isn't it? They look like they are the players who can put them into the right positions. We've got a few forwards as well that can create a lot of damage.
Here's Pathana, kicks it straight to Tathira Pereira. Here's Tathira Pereira, cuts back in, he's still on the way, loses the ball mid-contact. Now Isipathana playing in their own 22. Here's forwards getting into the action. That was Nevith with a big carry, and here's Tenula with a clearance, doesn't find touch, goes right in the hands of Samarasinha, and here's Rusiru, gives it to Kushan. Here's the speeds, cuts back in, meets up with a good tackle. Holding on, says the referee, and here's the quick tack from Pathana. Here's forwards showing what they are capable of. Looking for the gap. Nets with a good tackle. And here's the Pathana backline. Gives it to Nivantha. Tries to wiggle his way through. Again, DS. And there it is, the first turnover of the game in a crucial point when Isipathana was gaining paces by paces, gaining the momentum. The DS player cuts back and gets the ball into their hands.
I thought just before this phase it was a good attacking phase from D.S Senanayake College. Got good front football, but just losing their footing going into that ruck there. Not too sure who it was. I think it was the fly half Rusiru that went diving into that ruck, but they've won the ball back. They've got themselves a line out. Both teams still haven't expanded their wings yet in this game. They've kept it pretty tight. Good clean breaks in the previous phase from the captain, Tatira Pereira. Need to be careful.
This is the mark.
Here's Praveen with the second Rexona line out. I sense a more coming our way, but here's Timat Pereira. Here's the forwards going into the action. Here's Inod. Again, Tatira with a cross kick. Rusiru tries to get that ball, and here's Isipathana. Referee calls in a knock on.
The player had to release the ball is what the referee said before he got back up on his feet.
Here's the replay. Now DS with a golden opportunity again in the 22. They came to the Isipathana 22 like around 3 times now, and this time they have to make a score out of it.
They've won 2 lineouts so far, DS. Here's another one coming their way. Lakmal hits his mark, wins their 3rd lineout and gets them all set up. Rolling through, they need to break off that first initial maul that was created. Lakmal does well, controls it at the back. Stop for a second there, so have to try and pull it out now. Vikramasinghe. Yeah, penalty all day long.
Offside, that is as clean as you get for an offside.
You want to come to get?
DS bringing the heat in the first few minutes. And gotta hand it over to DS line, the pack, because it's not easy to throw a ball when Shakib Sumri is there for that jumper position.
Another important line out coming up. Navid Tahir will be scratching his head as to why he just went straight away there. You're bound in the maul. Just went through very, very cynical there. Maul, not ball from the line out, not secured. So DS miss a crucial line out. Coming away with it is Metupa Bimsat. Isipathana now keeping it in close quarters, looking to make the angle a bit better for the kicker. Looking to run from their own half. Here's Isipathana College. Might have just been a high tackle there. Yep, it is a high tackle from Praveen Lakmal.
Number 2.
Ambitious call there from Isipathana to run from their own half, and they win themselves a penalty.
Yes, indeed. A confident outfit. They're showing how the confidence they have, Isipathana College. Here's the replay. Praveen Lakmal. Good cover defense, but has to execute it well. Goes for a high shot. Here's Isipathana with their first Rexona lineup. Zumri in the back of it.
No contest.
Here's Isipathana with the attack. Looks for the line. Here's the number 11 for Isipathana. Shows and goes He's through. Cuts back in. Liara with a crucial tackle there. Here's the Isipathana forwards taking it quick. Inches away from the whitewash. Here's the prop forward. Scores the first Amana Bank try for Isipathana in this encounter.
A very good try from Isipathana College. It had a lot of work that had to go behind it for them to score a big break coming in from the win 3/4 there. It was Rishmi Jafrad who made that huge break, and Nevith Mevnaka a few phases later goes over to score the first Amana Bank try of this game. And that just goes to show you cannot give Isipathana College any kind of space, Mithila. If they're given space, they're going to run riot, and Rishmi Jafrad just broke open the DS defense to give Isipathana College their first score.
Yes, indeed. You can see how good Isipathana is in that broken play. They shift the game. As soon as they got the small break, and they knew that we were in the 22 of the DS, so they quick ball out and goes into the hand of Nevith, and he jumps to the whitewash. Easy try for Nevith, but big effort from the number 14 for Isipathana. Now Tenula with the boot for Isipathana.
It's a goal conversion coming up for De Costa to make it a 7-point margin. Good strike from Tenula De Costa and gets the goal conversion through. It's 7 points to 0 early on. Isipathana College have got themselves in the driving seat early on, but they can't take their foot off the accelerator.
Yes, indeed. What will the response be from DS? They got to keep their chin up because this is just the first few minutes of the game. And here's the replay of the last passage of play. Here's the number 11 making it almost to the whitewash. And just from there, look how speed the scrum half takes the ball. Again, Tatira with a long kick goes to the deadline.
Bit too deep on that occasion from Tatira Pereira. Idea was clear, he wanted to go deep, just overcooking it, so we'll come back to halfway and a scrum for Isipathana College, which allows them to go on either side of the pitch. Centre scrums always allow you to explore options in the back line.
Yes, indeed, Isipathana with the both sides to run. Here's Metupa with the feed in. The first vintage scrum of the game. Here's Shakib Sumri Begs in the behind of the scrum, and here's the line for Isipathana. What a tackle there by the two line for the DS. That was Rusiru, and Sujiva Kumar, I believe, smashes the player right outside.
Well, very good defensive read, you'd have to say, from D.S Senanayake College. Just crammed for room there, Isipathana. Huge tackle, and that will give them a lot of motivation there. Those gut-wrenching tackles generally tend to lift the spirit of the team. They won themselves the line out. Bit of talking coming in as well. Both captains just told what is expected of their teams. Good defensive effort from DS wins them this line out. We'll look to try and get some good attacking ball off this line out now. Samak, but doesn't win it cleanly, so Isipathana come away with it. Here's the ball now for Isipathana. Sunny Jajayavira makes a bit of a break. Here's De Costa. Gaps opening up in the DS defense. Yuvindu Kodituakku spots one of it and gains his team around 5 meters. Now good quick ball for Risajay Imbulgoda. Juggles it for a second and goes in to contact. Damsara Vitarana. Now Di Costa finds some space out for Manuja Boteju. And Zumri drops it. Zumri drops it right in the hand of the dangerous Shamit Samarasinghe, and that little mistake from Zumri cuts that attack short.
Yes, indeed. Good pace of attack there from Isipathana. Few little line breaks. Researcher making their first line breaks, and here's the replay of the knock-on. Zumri looking for that pass, not making sure he collects the ball well. And here's a good opportunity for DS to exceed from their 22. Because as we've seen so far, when the ball goes to Isipathana, they gain a few meters and they somehow wriggle their way into the DS 22.
The DS defensive line hasn't come up together, Methila. That has just allowed a lot of space for Isipathana so far in this game. Now took by Isipathana, but with a knee on the ground. You can't do that at scrum time.
A good spot by the referee, making sure the game is fair from all the way. Now Buddha Rusiru with a crucial clearance. They have to get themselves out of this 22. Rusiru looking for that angle. A good kick passes the 50-meter line. Now DS back again in Isipathana's half. Like I said, this is a match where both teams bring the heat, and here's a replay of the out hook. But as soon as the ball comes, you can see the two props and two hooker and the prop goes down. So there was the knee cost.
Lakmal for the line out this time, gets it right, hits the mark. Pereira looks to the back line. A little bit of space opening up in the Pathana defense. Now there's a bit of a gap on the outside.
Release!
The offloading does Priyala.
Number 7, come
once
side.
again from Isipathana.
You want to come to the gate?
Sides on this occasion.
Number 7.
Have to come through the gate. Isipathana have been very guilty of giving away penalties early on in this game.
Wait.
Yes,
wait.
indeed. Just the blood
Number
rushing in the first few minutes. Both teams ready to give their A game.
Breakdown sala
And
overall consider penalties ගන්න වැඩි වෙන්න එපා.
Explaining what exactly the penalty and why it was given to Zumri, and telling him to advise his team not to do the same error, because it will cost them very bad. Now here's DS Buddhadurusuru again with the touch finder. Buddhadurusuru so far has been good with the foot.
Siding.
Look at the Isipathana defense. Kushan was getting bundled into touch, but he was aware enough to make that offload to the player. And like Abid said earlier, not the way to go for that jackal. Now DS with an external line out. Good little steal there by Zumri, and here's Pathana. Here's the Pathana back line. Here's Nivanta Samdeep, passes it to the winger, steps in. Here's Di Costa with the kick, dashed down by his opposite number. Ball is still alive. Isipathana looking for the gap. High shot, says referee. There's the penalty. Few high shots from DS in early stages in this game. They have to maintain that, because it will cost them very bad, because we never know what time referees' patience will exceed, and not the best of start finders. Here's Chamit Samarasinghe. Kicks it out.
Lucky for Nimantha Sandeepa, despite the ball not going out into touch from him. That's where the penalty was conceded. The previous line-out was a bit of a wake-up call for D.S Senanayake College. There's a threat right in front of the line-out, and that's Shakib Zumri. Need to try and get him out of the game. A little bit of movement in the line-out would help. Here's Isipathana with the movement. Zumri collects it. Good line-out from Isipathana. Here's De Costa. Sandeepa floats it across for Jafrad. Now here's a gap opening out wide for Jayavira. Defense holds up from DS, but a little bit of a mistake from Isipathana.
Bit of a miscommunication there by the Pathana line. Rishni not expecting that ball. And it's a scrum in favor of DS. Rather a vintage scrum in favor of DS. Is Liara looking for that feed in. DS again with a golden opportunity to exceed from their side of the field.
Second point!
Because with a side like Isipathana, it's not ideal to play in your own half. Here's Pramil Lakmal, gives the hand to Zumri.
Behind.
Here's the DS forwards coming into play.
Use it! 5.
Rather, Buddhu Durusuru with the box kick. No one's there to collect it in first, and here's Nimantha Sandeepa. Spots a gap, he's still on the move. Here's DS trying to turn over the ball. Here's again the Isipathana line, gives it to the winger. Got a bit of pace in him, isn't it, Abid? And here's De Costa with scrum half duties, gives the ball to the prop forward, and here's Shakib Zumri with the ball, steps out, evades 2 tacklers, but Chamit Samarasinghe gets him down. Here's the forwards again. Is a backdoor pass to Nimantha Sandeepa, gives the ball to the flanker. Here's Isipathana with acres of space. That's a try-saving tackle there by Chamit Samarasinghe. Here's the tight head prop going all the way. Does he have enough pump? He's been brought down inches away from the whitewash. Here's Isipathana. Here's Rajapaksa. Gives the boy. Is he in? Yes, he is. That is the second Amanat Bank try for Isipathana, and that was Yuvindu Kodituaku. We saw a try just like that in last year's knockout finals against Trinity. Kodituaku running that line perfectly.
That was a very well worked try from Isipathana College. Just had everything it needed. It was a very good line out from them. Good ball handling from Isipathana College. Nimantha Sandeepa was in the middle of that. Some good hands out wide as well. Good quick recycle ball, and Isipathana College are in for their second. Conversion from Sandeepa is through, and he gets another 2 points. Goal conversion goes through. Perfect start for Isipathana College, 14 points to 0.
Yes, indeed.
1 minute,
Nimantha
1 minute,
Sandeepa
1
with
minute
the
break.
second goal conversion.
1 minute break.
Pressure for DS. Here's the replay of that try. Here's Kodituaku evades 1 tackler, just keeps the legs pumping and dots down right on top of the line. Here's the second goal conversion.
Seems to be a bit of a stoppage here. DS haven't come back from their mark. The referees are in the middle, having a bit of a conversation.
Not
Now,
exactly
okay.
sure what is happening. DS team having a little chatter with the coach, and I think we are good to go again with the match.
Been a water break, we're not too sure, but looks like we're ready to go once again. Here's a restart from D.S Senanayake College. Now they need to regroup as soon as possible. They can't let Isipathana further into this game. They've already allowed 2 Amana Bank tries. Here's a good restart from Isipathana, from DS rather. Sandeep knocks it down the park, and it's a fantastic touch finder from him. Very good kick, and that'll keep the Isipathana faithful very happy.
Yes, indeed. That was a kick made between mid pressure, so that was a good touch finder from Nivanta Sandeep. If DS wants to make history here at Royal Complex, they have to regather and get this game in their hand. So far, Isipathana playing well and keeping the ball alive, and here's the scoreboard. Isipathana with 14 points to nil. So here's Praveen Lakmal with a Rexona line out. Zumri looking eager to steal the ball. Nicely done there, DS. And here's Rusuru with a good kick for space. Finds touch. A good awareness there by Rusuru, looking for that 22, but not making it all the way.
Very well placed kick there from Pudita Rusuru. Have to ask where the Isipathana College defense was there. It was first phase ball. Good line out work as well from Isipathana, but now DS have got themselves on the front foot. They've got themselves in a good position. They need to try and contest this line out here. It's 14-0. The game hasn't gone too far away from them. It's just 2 scores in it. Kavin Jayasinghe. It's been around for a while for Isipathana College. Hits Sanija Jayavira in the maul, in the line out rather. But it's brought down by DS, and it's brought down very well, and they've made the ball unplayable. Good
Well
maul
done.
defense early on from DS.
Forwards giving their game in maul defense. Praveen Lakmal, as soon as he sees the ball's been brought down, he seals the ball, and penalty in favor of DS.
Identify කරගන්න හරියට බලන්න මොකද්ද
Goes
කියලා.
for a vintage scrum. Now DS with a golden opportunity right in front of the 22. Let's see, DS has to score here. It's 14 points to nil, and they have to make a stand. Here's Liara, gives the ball to Rusuru. Rusuru, and here's Tatira Pereira.
Can't keep your hands on the ground and contest for the ball there. Just takes it off the wrong mark. Kodituaku was all over that ball, had all rights to that ball, but just kept his arms on the ground here. And now DS maybe should take the 3. It's right in front of them. And looks like they're taking the sensible call of getting the scoreboard ticking. They missed one penalty early on, Mithila, and they've gone for the option here. Samarasinghe is going to step up, and hopefully he can try and cut this deficit down for DS. Try and make it 11-point game.
Yes, indeed. Here's Chamit Samarasinghe. He missed the first kick, but here's the second to redeem himself. Chamit Samarasinghe with a crucial kick. Gets it well and puts DS in the scoreboard.
Penalty goes through from Chamit Samarasinghe. It's 14 points to 3 now. DS have got the ball rolling, but they can't take the foot off the accelerator. Isipathana College need to try and kick this one deep, get their chasers up.
Come quick, number 5, quick!
Each time Isipathana has had the ball, they've been able to make meters and go through the DS defense. So they'll know that they have the goods to break open this DS defense. Just as a matter of how they get the ball and where they get the ball. Can get their runners into space.
Quick, number 5!
Should be having a lot more tries. Need to try and keep the penalty count down here. Here's De Costa. Could restart from him. Pretty contestable. Taken down in the end by DS. Not want to stay too long in their own half as they kick the ball away through Vikramasinghe. It's a very, very good kick, and the chase is up from D.S Senanayake College.
Good pressure there by DS. Like you said, Abid, they've got the machine going. They can't take the foot off the gas. And here's DS with a scrum. So far, Isipathana has been good with their defense. Here's a real tester, and here's the kick from Rusiru.
Well, the box kicks in World Rugby has started to become more important than ever. We've seen teams like South Africa using the box kick. It just puts a little bit of miscommunication in the back three of oppositions. Now here's space for DS. Very well worked from them. They got themselves in a good position of first phase ball. Now DS. Good ball for Lakmal. Make it available now for Vikramasinghe. Now going through the back door. Pereira finds a bit of space out wide for his win 3/4. Here's Kumara. Kumara on the outside. Oh, that's a beauty of a try from D.S Senanayake College. An Amana Bank try for the ages. It was a brilliant first phase move from D.S Senanayake College. Recycled, got one phase through, and Sujiva Kumara goes over on the outside with pace to burn to get the Amana Bank try that gets them within touching distance.
What a try there by DS. Here's the replay. Here's Pereira gives the ball to Sanu Pereira. And here's Sujiva Kumar, the winger for DS. Look at the pace of this guy. He runs all the way, passing 3 or 4 players for Isipathana. Dots down. Incredible try by DS. Not a
It seems like the try has been disallowed. Not too sure why, May. It looks like it's a goal line dropout, so the ball might have been dropped in the in goal. So it will remain 14 points to 3, but the ball comes back for D.S Senanayake College. Try might have been disallowed, but they have a chance here.
Here's Timat goes for his first line, and here's Inod. Here's again Bududurusuru goes for the rubber kick, and here's Agib Sumri tries to make that offload and makes a hash out of it. Here's Isipathana. So again a DS with another opportunity to score.
DS seems like a team that needs space to try and create things. When there is space in front of them, they seem very menacing. No first phase ball, they've been very good. The previous time there was a set piece, there was Priyalal on the outside that went through, so TS might just want to send this out wide as well. Here's the back line being launched. Samarasinghe looks to get the goose step on, but defense is right up on him. Here's Vikramasinghe. Sends it to Rusiru, who gets his forwards in on the act. Now Vikramasinghe sends it off the back for Pereira, to the other Pereira. Here's the try scorer in the previous phase, which was disallowed. Ball for Rusiru to hit one of his forwards. Now going through some structure, DS. Lakmal finds himself at the back of the pod that was formed. Here's Samarasinghe. Gap opens up for Priyalal once again. Ball comes back in for Samarasinghe. Steps in, finds Jayavira in front of him in defense. Lakmal now at scrum half. Vikramasinghe.
Here's Timat Bogawat with the carry. DS meters away from the whitewash.
Get back.
Here's Liara, gives the ball to Rusiru. Rusiru gives the ball to ThePapare, and here's Sanu, scores the try. Penalty try, in fact. That was a headshot, and a referee awards a penalty try for DS, and that is 7 points in lead. 7 points for DS, and a yellow card shown to Nivanta Sandeepa there.
Well, fantastic work from D.S Senanayake College. Denied the first time, and they get the try the second time around. There's a player on the ground, but here, have a look at this phase. This try was scored not just in this phase. There was so much happening, and Sanu Pereira has been playing a very good hand on that left-hand side flank. Isipathana putting in a high shot there. It looks like it's Nimantha Sandeepa that has put in the high shot. So he'll sit in the bin for 10 minutes. D.S Senanayake College have just found a lease of life here and have gone back into this game. It's 14-10. 14-8 rather.
Timing.
Oh, it's a penalty try, so it's 14-10. Our apologies. D.S Senanayake College have found themselves in very good position just at the stroke of lemons.
Yes, indeed, Abid. Here's Isipathana with the restart. Like I said, a cracker of a game, and both teams are playing their heart out. And here's Di Costa with a long kick, goes right into the hands of Rusiru, goes for a long touch finder. Isipathana still in DS half. A heaty match we have here at Royal Complex. Here's Kavin with the Rexona line out. Not the best of line outs, goes into the hands of Sanu Pereira. Here's the DS forwards. Here's the number 1, Tamil, goes for the pick and go. Liara looking to get the ball out. Here's Tatira Pereira. Gives a good high-hanging kick, collects well. Here's the winger for Isipathana. Passes it to his centre, but doesn't collect well. Knock on and penalty in favor of DS.
Come. One.
Both teams playing well.
Here's a replay of that once again for you. It's a good break, but for these teams, just a couple of minutes until half-time.
Seconds, boy!
Isipathana will want to keep their lead. DS will want to try and get the lead back, or get the lead for the first time in this game.
I'm in the scrum. කතා කරන්න එපා වෙලේ. තනුෂ් අවුලන්නේ. Number 1 consider කරන්න. මොකක් හරි ෆවුල් එකක් ඔයා හිතලා කරනවා නම් ඒක කරන්න එපා. Okay? No. ඔයා මොකක් හරි හිතලා කරනවා නම් ඔයා පොඩක් සයිඩ් එකට අදිනවා. ඒතර ඒකෙන් තමයි ස්ක්‍රම් එක හෙට යන්නේ. then
is Vikramasinghe. Probably the last set piece of the first half. Finding some space now. Rusiro on the outside, but might just trickle out into touch. And it looks like it's Lemons. Yes, it is. It's gone out into touch, and that's the first half done and dusted here. Good start from Isipathana College in the first half. Got themselves to a pretty early lead, but then errors started creeping into their game, and DS just seemed to have found the correct gear towards the latter part of the first half. It's been an interesting half, Mithila.
Yes, indeed. Isipathana bringing the heat and good response from DS. Here's the halftime confirmation. Isipathana leading in the first half, 14 points to 10. We have a crucial second half coming up next. So we'll head for a quick commercial break and we'll be back with second half action.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence. Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Black
Night Go, pocket perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
ගෙවන් යන්න ෆෝන්ස් ගන්න. ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න. ලොකු පොඩි හැම ෆෝන්ස් ගන්න. ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න. හොඳම ෆෝන් එකක් ගන්න. ළඟම ආබාන්ස් එකට යන්න.
මාස 24ක් දක්වා ගෙවීමේ පහසුකම් සමගින් මාසික වාරකයේ රුපියල් 4999යි. අබාන්ස් ජාතියේ පරිගණක සැපයුම්කරු.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotimi. Fun තමයි. ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරිවලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
Rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotimi. Fun තමයි.
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරිවලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet. Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
Pain can pause your active life. Get the all-new Move Pain Relief Spray for fast, long-lasting pain relief.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා ඔබටයි.
එතකොට මහත්තයාරුනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Introducing the 2025 TVS Apache RTR 204V.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Perfectly Swiss Tech Aluminium. නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සාතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති Swiss Tech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
For passion, a competitive spirit. It's for the night owls, the hard workers. It's for those who do and want to keep doing. Right, real energy.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
Saratama enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරිවලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
Making moments special. Most value for money from KFC.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා ඔබටයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවුසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා ඔබටයි.
Welcome back to the Royal College Sports Complex. This is Isipathana College taking on D.S Senanayake College, and we've had a very interesting first half. 25 minutes won by Isipathana College, but then DS slowly but surely clawed their way back into this game. Early on it was all Isipathana. Isipathana seemed to be the team that wanted it more, but D.S Senanayake College just clawed their way back. Here's the first try for Isipathana College. It was Nevit Mevnaka, the prop forward, that went over to get the first Amana Bank try for Isipathana College. They're flawless off the tee, Nimantha Sandeepa. This was the second try from Yuvindu Kodituakku. Carbon copy of the try that he scored to win the 25 knockout championship. But then from there on, after this penalty kick, D.S Senanayake College put themselves in the right parts of the field and got themselves within touching distance. Sanu Pereira going over for a try, which eventually led to a penalty try and a yellow card for Nimantha Sandeep, and that yellow card period is still on. So D.S Senanayake College will look to try and get more scores before their opponents are restored back to their full complement of players. In the commentary box with me is Methila Pires. Very good performance from DS within the latter parts of that first half.
Yes, indeed. That Samarasinga's kick gave them the tone that they have to get him back in play, and here's DS with a big half on their way. Isipathana College making their way to the ground. So big action on the way. So do tune in. And this is Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.com, bringing you this live and exclusive coverage. There's a lot of rugby happening today. At Kandy we have school matches and the New Zealand match happening, and in Colombo as well. Now Di Costa with the start for the second half. A fresh start for both teams again. Let's see what these two teams have in store for us. Here's a change of direction there by Di Costa. Kicks it straight to the hands of the captain, who responds with a high-hanging kick. Here's Costa again. Here's the Isipathana line trying to make breakaway. This is the first penalty of the second half.
The penalties is what allowed DS to come back into this game. Isipathana were guilty of giving away penalties in very crucial positions. DS will not want to try and repeat the same as it's put out in the touch by Di Costa, and in good position. There's a line out coming up. 14-10. Just 4 points in it. It's anyone's game. There's a high shot coming in. It was Anuranga with the high shot.
Here's Kavin Jaisingh with the first Rexona line out for the second half. Here's the rolling more for Isipathana. Defended well by DS. Pushes them to the touch. Great more defense there by DS. Forwards up to task.
The mall defense has been very good from DS so far. First half there was a ball that was made unplayable. This time they shoved them out of the park. Good work from DS so far in mall time.
Now DS with the same line out, but have to make sure Zakib Zumri is not in the back. Here's Praveen Lakmal. Nice little throw, but Virujai Tilaka does not collect it well. And here's Isipathana. Here's the try scorer before goes ahead with a big carry. Now change of directions coming from Isipathana. Looks to the blind side. Here's the DS defense clinging on to that Pathana player. again, Isipathana forwards coming into play. Praveen Lakma there with a strong tackle. Again, forwards. Here's the captain. Takes it well. Gains a few meters for Isipathana. And here's Mevanka. Here's Isipathana. Good defense there by DS, not letting any Isipathana player go through that whitewash. Here's Zumri again with a carry. Again, here's Naveed. That's wonderful defense there by DS, not conceding any penalties. Here's the captain again. Isipathana forwards giving their best. And here's the line, goes for an inside pass, inches away from the whitewash. Here's Mevanka again. DS players dashing through. Still 0 penalties. Pathana looking for that penalty, but DS not giving it. And here's the try from Saqib Zumri. Spots a space in that defense of DS and jumps right underneath the post.
They're just 5 meters out. You can't keep this man out of the game. Saqib Zumri gets the Amana Bank try for Isipathana College, but it was a long time coming. It was a miss off the line out from D.S Senanayake College that allowed Isipathana College to get possession of the ball, and from there Isipathana was very patient. DS was patient alike, but they just couldn't hold on as Isipathana get a try, and De Costa gets the goal conversion through as well. 3 out of 3 when it comes to conversions for Isipathana, and 21 points to 10 despite being despite being 1 man down.
Here's the replay. As you can see, the number 13 player thought he was going and sells the dummy and jumps right underneath the post. Isipathana bringing the heat in the second half. And here's DS now with a response. DS was defending very well, and in the last inches is Zumri spotting that gap in the defense and scoring that try. Here's Tatira with the restart. Long kick as usual from Tatira. Goes into the hands of De Costa. Good pressure there by DS.
Schools rugby is always a game of very fine margins. You misjudge one moment or you make a crucial error, you're out of the game. It was a 4-point game not too long ago. Now it's 11-point game, so DS have a bit of a mountain to climb. And if they are going to climb that mountain, it's right now, maybe around 3 minutes left until Sandeepa comes back on. Knock on from Isipathana off the line out. Good attacking chance coming up for DS. 1 man up in the line. There's no one at the back for the Green Machine. There's a bit of space to cover at the back for Jafra. Here's Vikramasinghe. Gets it in this advantage coming the way of D.S Senanayake College. So they have free play here. Chamit Samarasinghe gives it out to Priyalal, who looks to get an offload in, which is deemed forward. I thought there was a penalty there. I think they might have just got a territorial advantage, so will not go back for the penalty. Yeah, there we go. That's the explanation. They had gone 10 meters. It's a very fine line, isn't it? How long the advantage is. That offload from Priyalal was absolutely unnecessary. had to go down to ground, recycle the ball, get another phase going. But the advantage is always right up to the referee. Chivaka Fonseca deems it was done.
Yes, indeed. Here's Isipathana playing in their own 22. Nivanda Sandeep is back in the park.
No!
Referee says play on. Here's the line for Isipathana. Here's the winger looking to step.
No!
Sujiva is good with defense there, and here's Isipathana. Here's the forwards coming into play. Timat tries to turn over that ball. Here's a long kick. Does it have enough pace to go to the 22? Doesn't. Referee brings back play.
Coming back for a penalty for going off feet.
Good awareness by
22 line again.
Isipathana putting the little chip
Bad
in to get that 22.
Oh.
Doesn't have enough legs to go through, and here's Nivanda Sandeep with a crucial touch finder. Isipathana fans getting vocal here at Royal Sports Complex.
Points in it now. Isipathana restored back to their full complement of players.
Here's Kavin Jaising with a Rexona line-out. Line-outs has been the game for both these teams. Here's the Isipathana ball again. Trying to show what their maul is cleared off. The maul is still going. Isipathana maul gaining inch by inch, and here's Zumri breaking in the back of it, still on his feet. Tries to go all the way, and he does. 2 tries back. Try after try from the captain for Isipathana. Makes it look easy, doesn't it, Abid?
Ramana Bank try. Number 4 for Isipathana College. Second for that man on your screen, Shakib Zumri. Gets 2 for the day. And that's the bonus point for Isipathana College as well. And what a player this boy is turning out to be. He's a real menace when it comes to the line out on defense. But in offense, in open play, just seems to have that broad italic kind of play. Very hard to stop. He's got very, very long levers, Shakib Zumri. Very different player to his older brother who we are known to see. But a very, very impactful player.
Yes, indeed, and here's Nivanda Sandeep misses the goal conversion. Here's a replay of the try. Zumri breaks in back of the maul, shoves off a player, shoves off the second, and runs through the gap. Chamit Samarasinghe tries to get him, and Zumri says, no, I'm going to score this try, and dots down. Now DS with the restart. Here's Tatira Pereira with the restart. Goes for a long, high-hanging kick. Kicks it straight in the hands of Di Costa, who comes with another high-hanging kick. And here's Chamit Samarasinghe looking to step his way through, puts the fender out. Being brought down. The forwards, and here's Tatira gives the ball to Yasada, meets with good tackle, he's still going. Referee brings back play to the penalty. No hands says the referee. Now Rusiru with the touch finder.
Rusiru can't thread the needle and can't get it out into touch. So it stays in the field of play. Important miss from him. But here's Jafrad now for Isipathana. Finds Sandeepa. Sandeepa finds his centre on the outside. That was Jayavira. Coming through the sides once again. Isipathana have been guilty of that on numerous occasions in this game so far. And on attack, giving away a penalty like that is pretty cynical.
Yes, indeed. They had the momentum in their hands. They had the space and making that cardinal error in the end. Now Rusiru again with a touch finder. Now DS again with a good opportunity to score. They have to make no errors in this line out because Zumbri is waiting to steal that ball.
Big line out coming up for DS. Need to get this one right. Need to get a score. Can't allow Isipathana to have any more tries or any more points. It's 9-7 on the line out counter. And this time once again the line out doesn't function well for DS, but nonetheless for closing the gap Isipathana have been found guilty. It's a short arm penalty. You can't take a scrum off this short arm penalty. Now here's the quick tap. Lakmal now puts his head down and goes straight.
5-4. Here's forwards getting in the action for DS. Timat Bogawat goes for a good pick and go. Here's Praveen Lakmal again, whose work rate's been high in this game. Here's Liara to Buddhita, puts the grubber in. Niwanta Samdeepa's there in the back of it. Looking for the turnover and it is successful. What a turnover from Sujiva Kumar there.
Well, very important win there. I thought the kick was a bit unnecessary. It was not on, but coming up there was Sujiva Kumar and forcing Nimanta Sandeepa to hold on to that ball. Lucky for DS.
Sujiva Kumar has put on a show here.
There's a bit of a stop here.
Oh.
There's a hold up in play here. Might just be a bit of spectator intervention. There's a bit of a look up from all the players there. These are not things that you want to see in schoolboy rugby.
Yes, indeed.
No place in the game for such things, so the team that is hosting this encounter, which is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Isipathana, will have to sort things out with the spectators on this Sky Pavilion side, as Jivika Fonseca will catch his breath a bit. Very unfortunate for DS that the momentum was stopped there. But need to sort the spectator situation out first. Well, there's a lot of rugby action happening in the country, even though the action has stopped here at the complex. Up in Nithawala, the New Zealand under-85s have a lead of 8 points. It's 18-10. Lead the Sri Lankan Tuskers. And
here's the replay of the last play, and here's Sujiva Kumar's turnover. A clean turnover there.
Prince of Wales taking on Ananda College. 5 points to 12 that one, but the close game there is up at Sukatadasa. It's 15-14 with the giant killers of the first week leading Royal College. Thurston leads Royal 15-14. Sri Sumangala College leading Lumbini 14-3 at Police Park. And Zahira College will have to play a bit of catch up to get to the 19 points that Science have scored so far. So it's 19-14 there.
It's been I got a job, sir. You can't
Play is still held up here.
I'm not going to send a match.
Referee Fonseca will slowly go back to his position with a smile on his face, but I think in schoolboy rugby, Mithila, it's always just important to just support your team no matter the outcome. It's schoolboy rugby. These boys are still 18, 19. And these men on your screen there, the referees, are always in the thick of the action, and they're only human. They can make mistakes. Not every decision is going to go over your way, so hope the spectators will stay out of this here, as DS have a penalty coming their way. And they have to play a bit of catch up. It's 16 points that they need to score. And they've opted for a scrum. Pretty interesting call there from DS.
It's a vintage scrum in favor of D.S Senanayake. Here's Liara. Oh my god. And here's Isipathana turning the ball. Cardinal error there by DS. DS had everything going their way, but Isipathana out-hooking the ball there. Now Isipathana looking to make that exit out of the 22. Isipathana forwards making the angle straight. Here's the green machine. Forwards, and here's Nivanda Sandeep. Goes for a brilliant kick. And here's Kushan loses his footing, rather Rusiru, who's been bundled into touch.
It's a bit of an ugly collision there while he was going down to ground. Rusiru, hope he's all right. He went down pretty awkwardly.
How about for an out-hook there, Abid, in the most crucial point of the game? That there itself could be the turning point, but we still have minutes here at Royal Complex, so DS have enough time to climb this ladder, but Isipathana is up to task with the defense.
Well, I agree with you. Out-hooking has become a dying art in this game. That's where, well, there was absolutely nothing that Jaivira could have done there. The man was coming down. He had to go lower than Rusiru. Really hope that it's not going to be a penalty, because I doubt that warranted a penalty. But you're talking about out-hooking. Oh, and it's a yellow card as well. Oh, that's very harsh. Absolutely harsh, but it's going to be a yellow card for Tharuka Jaivira. Centre for Isipathana is sent off for 10 minutes. And I'm not too sure if that was necessary or if that was too early there, but it's a yellow card nonetheless. But you're talking about out-hooking, and going back to that, I think it's a dying art in rugby, isn't it? It's scrums have become highly uncontestable, where the scrum half just puts the ball onto your side and you just get the ball back. But back in the day, scrums used to be where you put the ball right into the middle and it's an open contest where the hookers go for it in trying to hooking the ball back. But Isipathana, not just once, but twice so far in the game, have been able to out-hook the ball.
Yes, indeed. Twice here at Royal Complex now. Tathir with a crucial touch find. Again, DS in Isipathana's 22 with a line out, a Rexona line out, a crucial one. Premier Lakmal, who's been excellent for DS in this encounter. Here's DS Small. Here's rolling more for DS. Premier Lakmal in the back of it. Here's more gaining inch by inch. But Pathana up to task there. Shoves the player to touch. That's a response from the first half, where DS pushed the Isipathana more to the touch, and the response from Pathana.
I think there's something happening on the pitch that needs to be addressed. There's a lot of complaining going on about from mostly the players from D.S Senanayake College. There's something that they're not happy about. Lakmal doesn't seem to be happy, and he seems to be holding his face.
Here's Isipathana, as you can see in this screen.
Well, all referee Fonseca can do is just issue a general warning to Isipathana and make the captain have a word with them, because this complaining has been happening right from the start of the game, where DS haven't been too happy about something. Boys need to just get on with the game, get things going, play the game the way it's supposed to be played. There's a line out from Kavin Jayasinghe. Zumri gets it, and coming off the back was Navid Tahir. Advantage coming for Isipathana as well. Battles his way to the ground there. De Costa puts it on the toe and gets his team very, very good beaters. That's a good kick from De Costa.
Yes, indeed. Goes into right in the middle, and Now Isipathana again with opportunity to attack. DS boys is being good with defense, and here's a test for them. Beg your pardon, it's a line out in favor of DS. Here's Praveen. Again stolen by Zumri, illegally closing the gap, says referee.
Closing the gap is the call. Here's a look at that once again. I think it's a right call, isn't it? You have to hold your line when you're going back. It is a very good steal from Shakib Zumri. But while going to his position in the line out to where he's going to jump, he just takes a couple of steps in, which just gives him an advantage that you can't get. DS take the quick tap. Here's Pereira. Swings it out wide this time to Sujiva Kumara, who puts his dancing shoes on and runs back into the field of play. Vikramasinghe hits Pereira. Lakmal is hit behind the gain line. That's good defense from Isipathana. Now going to the line, Pereira shows the dummy, but DS are only going backwards. The Isipathana defense is shooting up very well.
There was Timat carrying the ball, goes straight into the defense of Isipathana. Here's Liara, gives the ball. Here's Rusiru to Chamit. What can this fullback do? Nothing, as the Isipathana defense runs straight at him. Now plays, referee bringing back play to the last. Penalty. Offside is the call.
Isipathana's defense has been very good, but just on that occasion, a bit too eager, coming up a bit too fast. Rusiru will want to try and find good touch, get his team in a good position. There's still one man up. Rusiru gets touch. There's a line out coming up for D.S Senanayake College, and they need to try and change grooves here. They need to find some life. They've been pretty silent in this second half so far. No points scored from them.
You are in the middle this line.
Isipathana have been penalized for closing the gap on multiple occasions. They go short this time, do DS. If going to number 4 is not going to work, going to number 1 is going to be the option. Not rolling away. Penalty advantage coming for D.S Senanayake College. Damsara Vitarana was a bit too slow to roll away there. There's another player from D.S Senanayake College that has gone down. And this is just getting a bit ugly.
Yes, indeed, with few players. Here's the replay of the line out, short line out. Here's Inshan making way and gives a good offload to Praveen, who bumps off the player and being brought down. And here's the replay of what exactly happened.
Okay, there was definitely something that happened there. So these DS boys are not complaining for any other reason, and there's no place in that for sport, in any sport be that. There's a bit of a very good position.
Now DS with a goal, an opportunity to get a try for themselves. Fresh legs in the pitch for Isipathana. Here's Praveen Lakmal. And here's the rolling maul for DS on the way. And here's the DS rolling maul making it. They have enough gas to make it all the way. Praveen Lakmal, good defense there by Isipathana. Bringing down the man in the back. Now DS forwards. Here's Dushala Yashmanta with a good carry there. And here's Jayathilaka again. DS forwards. Here's Praveen Lakmal, the danger man for DS. Still on the feet, Praveen. Gaining meters.
No. Release the ball.
Release the ball is the call from referee Liara. Here's the number one. Mess there. And here's Sanu in for the action. Again, DS forwards. Change of direction there by Viruja. Inches short. Here's the DS. Gives the ball to Timat. Defense is being up to task from Isipathana. Again, inches short. Advantage calls the referee. Here's Tatir. Looks for that cross kick. Both teams
It's going to be a bit of a talking here now from the referee.
Number 5. මාව කාඩ් එකට යන ලෙවල් එකට තියාගන්න එපා. කාඩ් එකක් මෙතන ගියොත් ඕගොල්ලන්ට අවාසි වෙන්නේ. This is last warning. යන්න එපා මේ වෙහෙකට. කාඩ් එකට ඊළඟ Number 2.
There's a warning issued there for something, and that was a late charge that the warning was given for. It was a general warning to Isipathana. Penalty for DS, and they need to make it count. They've got 10 minutes, and with the number of penalties that they're getting their way, they should be in the lead by now. Here's D.S Senanayake College keeping it in close quarters here. Not wanting to take it out there. Here's Jayathilaka. Isipathana defense needs to be careful. The ball has been turned over. Maybe he would have wanted to go for the try there and loses the ball in the process. Risa Jimbulgoda comes away with it for Isipathana. And clearing their lines there was Methupa Bimsat. Doesn't find touch. Here's Chamit Samarasinghe. Defense comes up on him. That's Abdul Aziz. Can make an impact from the bench, that man. Pereira met in a good tackle. And Ihsan. There's another penalty coming for D.S Senanayake College. So penalty count has been at an all-time high from the green machine.
Gotta hand it to Isipathana with defense. They've been marking the correct players in DS who will spark things up and not giving them that chance. Now Rusiru with another crucial touch finder.
There's a line out coming up for DS. Important one. They've been on this part of the pitch for quite some time, Mithila, and they haven't been able to get any points. 0 points in the second half from the Dons. And still a 16-point margin that they need to try and cover. Replacements coming on for both teams. Remaining on our clock. Anything could happen in those 8 minutes, but so far it doesn't look like the winner of this game will change. DS haven't been able to convert penalties into points this entire half. Lakmal will throw it into another very crucial line out. Movement in the line out, and they make a mess of it once again. There's a knock on there. Navid Tahir comes away with it. Lineout's not working for DS in this second half. Here's Sandeepa. Puts the pace on and bumps off a would-be tackler from D.S Senanayake College. Kumara had no answers to that run from Nimanta Sandeepa. Here's Abdul Aziz. Praveen Lakmal over the ball, has to release. Penalty advantage now coming for Isipathana. Navid Tahir makes a break. Now space, Zumri hits Jaivira, who has come back after serving the 10 minutes in the bin. Here's the double Amana Bank try scorer, Shakib Zumri gets his team into the 22-meter mark. Nevit Mevnaka now, also a try scorer. Isipathana have upped the ante now in the second half. They've got 2 tries already. And now looking to keep it in close quarters with their forwards. Zumri has a carry. Tahir. Navid Tahir goes over. What a score from Isipathana College. First the mistake from DS at line out time. The quick break from Nimanta Sandeepa, and then the recycle ball. Knew exactly when to go to their forwards. And this Amana Bank try from Navid Tahir will just seal the deal for Isipathana.
Yes, indeed. Good passage of play there by Isipathana. Here's a replay. Here's again Zumri making it way, and here's Navid with good awareness, spotting a space, gives the handoff to Liara and scores right underneath the post. Like I mentioned, Isipathana is and here's Nimanta Sandeep with a goal conversion. Gotta hand it over to Isipathana. They've been excellent in broken play. They make every mistake of DS into their own advantage.
But that try was not scored by Isipathana, but it was conceded by DS, you'd have to say. They won this part of the field on the correct side of the field for them for maybe 15 to 20 minutes, but just couldn't convert any of that possession into points. Just the 10 points scored from DS in this game, and all those points came in the first half. And now Isipathana have just started to run away with the game with 3 tries in the second half.
Fresh legs coming in for DS. We have Resat and Lithum in the pitch for DS, well as Sanjeevan. Now Tatira Pereira with the restart again. 5 minutes left in our clock.
Might just be a bit of a climb too steep for DS from here on. 23 points in it. Not enough of time to get any kind of score, and they don't seem like they have the goods to get any score in the second half. Here's Jafra, throws a wild pass out to Abdulaziz, who's come on and made an immediate impact. Breaks the first line of defense of DS. Now ball for Sandeep. Hits the forward that has just come on. That's Sandaru Disanayake.
Fresh legs doing the work for Isipathana here. That is, here's the replay. The replacement showing what he is capable of, running it straight. This is what's important of game management when it comes to the bench, bringing in players in the correct time. And another yellow card shown. That's Makim, who has just made his way to the ground, goes to the naughty chair.
Well, why the card was given, we'll get to know, and not going to make assumptions on what it was. We didn't hear the referee there. So another yellow card, Isipathana, third yellow card of the game, which definitely will send warning bells the way of the coaching staff that something that the players are doing is not right. So now took opportunity. Okay, now free kick given away for trying to outtook too early. DS lose possession of the ball momentarily, and Chamit Samarasinghe gets a bit of a gap for Fernando to run onto. Rock form, so they had to release there. Veerasinghe is on the park as scrum half. Here's a senior man, Lakmal. Takes it past the 40 meter. Now ball for Rusiru. Pereira to Sanu Pereira. Trying to be a bit expansive here, DS, in these last stages. There's Tamil. Hasn't had a lot of carrying to do so far in this game. Lakmal gives a bit of static ball out to Ihsan. Isipathana's defense is holding on, and they're coming up fast. Navid Tahir comes up strong in defense. Here's Pereira looking to release his backs on the outside. That's Priyalal, who's taken to the ground. Now Tatira Pereira throws a wild pass out. Samarasinghe now runs onto it. There's a bit of space for him to work with and puts a little kick there. And Jaivira might have just knocked it on the ground.
DS not giving this up. Here's the replay. Chamit Samarasinghe puts the little chip in, and a messy play there, but Isipathana player have knocked on the ball. It's a scrum. Vintage scrum in favor of DS.
Brought in replacement DS. Veerasinghe is playing at scrum half now. Here's Pereira. Another one of those wraparound moves for Rusiru to run onto, and he spots the gap. It's a good tackle coming in from Nimanta Sandeep. Keeping it alive here, Chamit Samarasinghe. What a break that was from Buddhita Rusiru. Now DS. Pereira looks for the cross. There's no one running onto that ball from DS though. So Risaja Imbulgoda will come up there and get the ball, but he's tackled behind, and he's forced Isipathana to take the ball back, and it'll be a 5-meter scrum for DS.
I will like it.
Good pressure by DS in this dying few minutes. Not giving up. Here's the replay. Tathira goes for a cross kick. And Researcher collects the ball, but Edward, rather Gimnath, up to task with the defense. Here's Praveen Lakmal, puts the fender on. Praveen Lakmal is giving his heart out in this game, and here's Inod carries the ball for DS. DS not willing to give up.
Advantage.
Lakmal again. Now here's Lethum to Tathira again. Another cross kick attempt. Knocks it on. Referees are bringing back play. There's a penalty.
Coming back for another one of the penalties that Isipathana has given away. I've lost count of how many penalties they've given away in this second half. Lakmal takes it quick. Isipathana defense comes up strong. Holds him 3 meters away from the try line. Now DS need to try and keep it in close quarters, keep it with their forwards.
Here's Viruju Jaitilaka inches away, DS forwards. Here's runs it straight, but Isipathana with defense there. A gang tackle on him, and here's Praveen again.
No.
Timat with a pick and go there. Again, Tamil runs it straight. Praveen again.
Get back.
And
Use it.
here's Gimnath goes for a pick and go. Still DS forwards trying to gain meters, and here's Tathira Pereira. Tries to wiggle his way, but Isipathana defense is up to task. Advantage in favor of them. Here's Gushan. Loses the ball. Mid tackle. Referee bringing play again to that infringement.
Going back for another penalty. It's pretty loud here at the Royal College Sports Complex. Really do hope for the referee's sake that he gets out in one piece. 23 points, and so far DS haven't been able to capitalize on any of the penalties that were given from Isipathana. And that's something that coach Asela Deshapriya will have to go back and see where he can try and make his players a bit more effective in their green zone. They have been pretty good in open play, DS, but they haven't been able to finish the close quarter stuff. Here's a scrum right in center field with options on both sides for Praveen Lakmal. Floats it out to Tathira Pereira, who steps and runs into the oncoming Imbulgoda. Takes it and goes once again, does Lakmal. DS keeping it with their forwards here. Shakib Zumri is trying to hold that ball up, but the ball is not over the line. And now DS with another pick and go. And you saw that Isipathana was ready for that. Isipathana premeditated that. And that's the game here. That is it, done and dusted. 70 minutes up here at the Royal College Sports Complex. A fiery game comes to an end. A game that had emotions rising at an extremely high rate. But at the end of this game, it's the green machine that takes the big W.
Yes, indeed. DS giving the best, but Isipathana with crucial defense there. And man of the match, well deserved, goes to Shakib Zumri from Isipathana College, the skipper who made it twice to the whitewash, bringing their team to the victory.
Well, you have to give it to Shakib Zumri. It was a very good performance from him. First half, in line-out time, he was very, very good. You couldn't keep him out of the game. And then in attack, he always found himself in the best positions. There's a bit of friendly fire going around as the two teams shake hands and shake it off. But this game was not the cleanest game of rugby, you would have to say. Both teams will have to go back and have a look at the replay and see where they went wrong. For Isipathana College, it was the penalty count that was at an all-time high. But for D.S Senanayake College, I think there was a miss opportunities that just didn't allow them to come back into the game in this second half, Mithila.
Yes, indeed. They got to Pathana's 22 meters a lot, but they couldn't just score it. And here's the full-time confirmation. Isipathana beating D.S Senanayake here at Royal Park, 33 points to 10. Brilliant rugby showcased here by both teams. Here's the highlights of the second half. Shakib Zumri in the first minutes of the second half scoring that try. And again, Zumri's second try gives the fender off to the DS player. Like I said, brilliant captaincy from this player. A motivation to the whole team. And here's Naveed in the last minutes of the game, sealing the victory for Isipathana. And Nimata Sandeep has been brilliant in that boot.
Well, the last try was all Nimata Sandeep until it went up the field. But last try from Isipathana College was a beauty. But at the end of 70 minutes here at the Royal College Sports Complex, it's the green machine that gets the better of the Dons. 33 points to 10, 5 tries from Isipathana, and they'll be pretty happy with the conversion rate as well. It's 5 tries, 4 conversions. And D.S Senanayake College just had the 1 try, 1 penalty, and the 1 conversion. But at the end of the game, it was Shakib Zumri and his carries that made Isipathana College win this game. And that's exactly why he's our Swiss Tech Perfect Player of the Match of this game. Upcoming fixtures, we have a game on Monday, that is tomorrow, the 4th of May, played at the Trinity College grounds up in Pallekele. St. Thomas's will travel up to face Kingswood College. That's going to be an interesting one. St. Thomas's College coming off a loss, Kingswood College coming off a loss as well. So both teams will look to try and get their Dialog Schools Rugby League campaign underway with a big W. But for now, that's it from the Royal College Sports Complex. Thank you very much for joining in on the live stream. We'll see you tomorrow for another game of this Dialog Schools Rugby League. Have yourselves a good night.
Rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
when the world says no access.
Or this is not for you.
And it can't be done. Just say, I can.
Pure, naturally healthy American water. Live more.
Saratama enjoy karanga party ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth ekata go ekak.
Dama summer refresh when the train ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth ekata go ekak.
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවචනයේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
For passion, a competitive spirit is for the night owls, the hard workers. It's for those who do and want to keep doing. Right, real energy.
එතකොට මහත්තයාට උනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග් වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවචනයේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරිවලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
එයාව හැල්ල බලන්න ක්ලාස් එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth ekata go ekak.
Pain can pause your active life. Get the all-new Woo Pain Relief Spray for fast, long-lasting pain relief.
Tire inverter air conditioner. Be chilled in any heat moment.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
Perfectly Swiss Tech Aluminium. නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සහතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති Swiss Tech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරිවලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
Making moments special. Most value for money from KFC.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
ඒ තමයි කොට්මලේ ෆැක්ටරි කිරි බටර් චීස් යෝගට් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් එහෙම හදන විදිය.
අපේ රටේ කිරිවලින් හදන පෝෂණය පිරි අපේම කොත්මලේ අපේ රටේ පෝෂණය.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder. Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Experience what it means to have true peace of mind with NDB credit cards. NDB credit cards, the advantage in your wallet.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා ඔබටයි.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Vantage for the modern professional.
Introducing the 2025 TVS Apache RTR 204V.
ලීසින් එක ගත්ත වේගෙන්ම හවසින් ලෝන් එක ගන්න ළඟම LB ෆයිනෑන්ස් එකට එන්න.
සීන විමන් මවනා ඔබටයි.
Introducing Elephant House Wonder Bar Gold. Crack your wonder.
Higher inverter refrigerators. What a spectacular catch.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Every modern professional needs Vantage. For those who demand the best. Vantage for the modern professional.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence. Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll. ඉස්දින්න ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංකික ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast on ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.